Well, it looks like these sneaker releases, they ain't slowing down anytime soon. And as far as this week, it actually turns out to be pretty stacked. So of course, we're gonna get into what you guys can look forward to dropping this week. Stay tuned to see which pair I'm most excited for. It's actually a sneaker which may actually surprise you. And at the very end, we got some great news for sneakerheads who've been stressing, losing sleep, growing gray, pulling out their hair, stressing over the latest releases. You guys could just like, woosah, take a deep breath. Trust me. Great news for you guys coming up here soon. Now to kick things off, we're gonna start with Supreme, which they started off with a strong week one this year. I guess, what is it, like the fall winter season with the Playboy Cardi t-shirt and everything like that. Had the haters over here talking about Supreme is back. And as far as week two, they're keeping their feet on the gas with a highly anticipated Nike collaboration. Now, of course, Supreme, they've teamed up with Nike several times in the past, which it always brings eyes on the collaboration. But when you talk about Nike teaming up with a skate sneaker with a brand like Supreme, like this is the essence right here. So we got some dope Dunk Lows set to release coming up here this Thursday, September 4th, retailing for $135. So you got some different options to look forward to. And as far as specific colors, they are gonna be region exclusive. So as far as the green pair, that's gonna be exclusive to Asia. You got the blue joints for North America, purple, Europe and the UK, and then the white and black pair is actually gonna be available worldwide. So of course you already know what's coming. I gotta know which pair you guys are feeling the most, and to make your life a little easier when picking which pair you're gonna actually go for, of course, you know, we gotta take a look here with the different pant options. So you got the black, white pair. Not even gonna lie, that red little sock liner on the black joints goes absolutely crazy. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm the biggest Dunk fan, which you guys won't really catch me rocking these too often, so I can't tell you guys too much of the details as far as this collaboration goes. But apparently some of the colors do actually pay homage, I guess, to some classic past Dunk releases or something like that. So when you talk about these different pairs, wow, we got the blue joints right here. I ain't gonna lie, like, the blue might be my least favorite, which of course, as you know it, would be exclusive for us over here in North America. I'm not gonna lie, the camo with the purple vibes right here kind of sold me on this one. I might have to say that the UK probably got my favorite here with the purple. And then of course you got the green joints, which will be exclusive to Asia. Not gonna lie, if I had to choose, I'm probably gonna rock with the purple. And then not, we're going with the black as a backup. So you already know what to do. Get in the comments. I gotta know which ones you guys are rocking with the most. Now, next up, we got the Shea Butter set to release coming up here September 4th. So again, these joints are dropping Thursday, the same day as the Supreme joints. Now, with this sneaker right here, I gotta ask y'all a question right here, because this is actually my most highly anticipated release of the entire week. Believe it or not, I feel like these are dope. One of the coolest new basketball designs that we're gonna see debut hitting the market. And the fact that it's a Converse is kind of funky. These joints are already loaded up via the Nike sneaker Zab, set to drop for $130. So price point isn't too bad. Design is cool, but I gotta ask y'all, do you feel like they maybe dropped the ball as far as Converse, like not releasing these a little bit earlier? Remember, all eyes were on this new model during the NBA playoffs, during Oklahoma City's run through the NBA Finals, which these got a huge look, you know, front and center for the NBA Finals. So do y'all feel like maybe they kind of dropped the ball, you know, not releasing these on schedule? But regardless, I ain't gonna lie, I'm definitely rocking with these joints heavy. Now, we also got a first look here at the Jordan 11 Grand Finale. This is one of those like million pairs of Jordan 11s, which they're supposed to be finishing off the year slate to drop coming up this fall. Now, with these right here, I ain't gonna lie, like, these joints ain't bad at all. I know a lot of people are waiting for those Gamma Blues, but as far as this one, which does happen to be a women's exclusive drop, I would say these are definitely kind of dope, like almost giving off like a sail color, or some people may look at it as like a piss yellow, you know, depending on how you look at it. But oh nah, I ain't gonna lie, like I hate when they do the leather upper. I'm more of like a mesh upper on the 11, so that's kind of turning me off. And then what is this hanging, bro? Like what? The joint looks like a ball sack or something like that. I ain't gonna lie, nah, I can't get down with these. Let's go ahead and keep things moving. There's gonna be a lot more better 11s dropping this year. And then we got the Jordan 4 Cave Stone, which actually exclusive or early access did go out today via Finish Line JD Sports. Now, when you talk about this one right here, this actually kicks off the Jordan Retro releases here for the month of September. And this is a solid one, bro. Like, this has been on a lot of people's radar ever since we saw the initial mock-up images. And now that we got the finished product, which you're seeing right here, this is one that doesn't disappoint. Solid color blocking, good Nike Air on the back, and it's just the perfect fall sneaker, which is going to set off Jordan retro releases for the month of September. So we're going to briefly breeze through what other releases you can look forward to, and then we're going to finish off the video, of course, with some good news. So we got the Jordan 1 Women's Baroque Brown. These are cool or whatever. Those are going to follow up. The Cavestone 4s, after those drop, we got a classic OG here in the Jordan 5 Fire Red, black tongue and everything right here. Joints are super clean, shape on point. It's the year of the 5s. Nike Air on the back. A lot of people are rocking with these. We've seen a lot of these actually hit the streets pretty early, and I kind of have a bold prediction. Well, I don't know if you would call it bold, but my guess as far as like availability, when you talk about this sneaker right here, I'm guessing you probably won't have to lose too much sleep. I think this will probably be an easy cop, you know, for everybody interested in this shoe, because when you talk about this one, wow, the specs, everything on point, solid release, one of the better drops of the entire month. My thing is that it's all going to be down to stock numbers. Let's say if Nike, Jordan Brand was to release less than like 30,000 pairs of these, it would probably be difficult to get your hands on. But due to the fact that I'm guessing stock numbers are probably going to be pretty fair on this release based off the amount of early pairs which you've already seen hit the streets, I think that this will be one that you probably won't have to stress about, which is great news for everybody that had this OG Jordan Brand classic on their radar. Again, I'm saying probably one of the best releases of the month, but my favorite, you know, I don't know, I'm rocking with them Shai ones, but that's just me being different. And then following that up, we got the Jordan 3 Mex, which this one right here pays homage to the Mexican wrestling culture, heritage, all that good stuff, which these are cool and all that, kind of a sleeper release of the month. And design's cool, got a unique design element featured in the upper, and most importantly, they got the stamp of approval from the Mexican people right here. So this is a dope one right here. After those drop, we got the Travis Scott Jordan 1 Fragment. These have been overly talked about so much. You know, big headline as far as how these are going to drop, which I guess we'll kind of have to wait on that, as these are going to be dropping later on this month. But I ain't gonna lie, like, I'm not a huge fan of these. I think they're kind of overhyped and probably won't get too much coverage. You know, we'll just talk about these here and there here on the channel. And then to finish off the month, probably one of the biggest, most hyped drops, a cult classic in the Jordan 5 Tokyo, set to return later this month, and it looks like it is confirmed that we will actually have a US drop, which at one point they were saying these might be a Tokyo exclusive, but don't stress out about it. This is going to be a big one to finish off the month, another overhyped release, which you guys know, y'all been stressing about these drops like the Undefeated 4s, the Awake Jordan 5s. You got limited hype releases like this, but as far as this weekend, like I mentioned earlier, you guys could take a deep breath. You don't gotta panic. You ain't gotta lose sleep over this release right here, because as far as these Cavestone 4s, according to your boy Uncle Chrissy, he's talked about 93,000 pairs, and that's gonna be, I believe, just for the sneakers app alone. And when you talk about his stock numbers, he seems to be pretty reliable. We're talking about Uncle Chrissy as far as his past, as far as these stock numbers go. So I'm pretty much gonna stamp as this one is gonna be a retro release, which sits. I mean, we just saw what happened with the Jordan 4 white cements. Y'all ain't gonna tell me that these Cavestone 4s are gonna sell out with this much stock. Now, it doesn't take anything away from the shoe. These are still dope. Everybody was loving these joints before, so don't go over here switching up how you feel about this sneaker now that you know that there's gonna be a lot of stock. Now, if you're over here like budgeting, you know, trying to be picky with which sneakers you're gonna go for here and there, you know, if you're actually budgeting, you can actually hold off on this one right here, as it's pretty much guaranteed with a stock like this that these joints are gonna sit. And more so than likely, you're probably gonna be able to catch these joints on sale. Most definitely be able to catch these joints for under retail via the secondary market. So if some resellers are out here trying to finesse you, trying to get you to buy these joints early, don't fall for it, y'all. This is gonna be an easy release, which y'all can just easily walk into your local shop and just grab these coming up on Saturday, or grab them on the website, or if you're patient enough, you know, grab them on sale at a later date. But again, dope shoe. People have been loving these from the jump, so don't be out here switching up on these now that you know that there's gonna be a whole bunch of pairs of these. So I told y'all, good news, man. You don't have to stress about this drop with so much hype releases, you know, as far as recently. It's finally cool that we could just take a deep breath and just grab an easy, good-looking pair of shoes without all the stress and the hassle involved. So Jordan 4 Cavestone, gonna be a lot of these to go around coming up this weekend, and this is gonna be Jordan Brand's premier retro release of the weekend. But as far as everything dropping, I'm rocking with the Shais. Let me know which pairs you guys are most excited for coming up this week. So JATV, until next time, stay safe, stay blessed. I appreciate y'all. If you guys enjoyed the update, Smash the like button. Until next time, I'm out. Love.